It's the Odd Drunk Podcast, a very strange podcast. The drunkest show in the world. It's Jackson and Colton talking out of their ass. We don't care as long as drinks are poured. Sometimes we have our friends here. We will talk about anything. We don't care as long as we have beer. And if you let that whiskey ring. The Odd Drunk Podcast.
I'm gonna pour some drinks. Did you like last week that I kept all the intro stuff in?
I
thought it was pretty good. Or was it the week before that?
Oh, and welcome back to the Odd Drunk Podcast. You didn't hear anything. You didn't hear anything at all, okay? This is the beginning of the recording, and we are here. We're alive, and we're here to talk movies again.
Oh, wow.
But our favorite kind of movies, Godzilla.
Godzilla movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are her favorite movies.
Monster movies, kaiju. That's all our favorite stuff here at the Odd Drunk Podcast. It's me, Jackson, and
it's also me, Colton.
We're here. We are recording, and it's been a long day for both of us. Colton's already had 3 old fashions before this said recording.
I may have been lying.
It's about having 3 of them.
On how many I had.
So it could have been more.
No.
Or less.
I had about 3. I was joking. I had about 3.
I don't believe you.
I just lost track of time. I lost track of time.
Hey, our fans.
I was at the bar. I was watching Matt Repno. Is his name? He's a local musician. He's pretty good. If you are local, check him out.
Also, if you're a fan of this show that doesn't live here, because I don't think they do, but you should DM Colton and tell him he's a big liar. So.
Well, I give you all permission to do that. Just
join our Facebook group in the Linktree in our description,
and you'll find my profile. Just DM me.
You will find him.
Just tell me I'm a big fucking liar.
But you do have to pass our questions.
You have to pass the questions, and also be aware if you DM me and tell me I'm a big fat liar, I will also defend myself, and not in a nice way.
Colton will defend himself, but you just bring him hellfire. Okay. Just destroy him. No.
No.
Don't. Well, you can. I don't care.
I will defend myself.
He will defend himself, but just do everyone a favor and just bring the truth. Okay? Reveal the truth. But
just adjusting our audio a little bit there.
It was a
little gainy.
You're gainy.
But it's a little better now, just slightly, right? That sounds a little better, right?
Does it sound a little better?
I think it sounds a little better.
Leave an F in the chat if it doesn't sound better.
Okay, you need to explain this to me, the whole F thing. So I thought it was F for respect, like Metal Gear Solid. Apparently it's not. Explain it to me. I thought that was the reference. Was that not the reference? Am I just too old to get this reference now?
It's been so long since I've had it explained to me myself, but it was a Metal Gear Solid. It's also a Call of Duty thing. It's basically like leave a F in the chat. Yeah, it's to pay your respects. That's why you leave a F in the chat.
Yeah, no, I get that. But I'm like, I thought it was like a Metal Gear Solid thing, and apparently it's not.
Yeah, I think it was Call of Duty.
Was it Call of Duty?
They just used that meme over a Metal Gear Solid still.
Well, no. In Metal Gear Solid 3, there is the part at the end where it's press F to pay respects. That's in Metal Gear Solid.
Then that's what it is.
But no, from what I've seen recently, when people have done that, and
because I've seen that, I can't tell you
origins. People would press F in respect, and then all comment would be like Metal Gear Solid, and people would be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Are they just fucking with me?
A little bit of both. So,
but is there another F to pay respect thing that I've missed?
No, it's just transcended Metal Gear Solid.
It's just transcended, so people don't understand the original reference.
You can apply it to anything.
So what you're saying,
like you can say epic fail, leave an F in the chat in the comments.
So what you're saying is just that I'm outdated. Let's put this in. Let me
put this in.
Well, hold on. Let me put this in. Maybe this will make you.
Also, we're talking about Godzilla versus Kong tonight.
We are, yes.
But anyways, let's
put you in perspective. When I graduated high school in 2015, we're young. For you out there,
I'm younger than you, old man.
Really? Actually, no. I had a late birthday.
I'm a little bit younger.
You're not
than
that much younger. I always had a late birthday. And now I'm slightly older because I spent a year just like
that's not how age works.
Yes, it is.
You don't spend a year working and you get older.
No. I got younger.
No, you age at the same rate, Colton.
No. But then the people I was hanging out with when I went to college were like a year younger than the people I would have been hanging out with if I had not spent a year working.
Yeah, but you yourself, your age rate has stayed the same unless you've achieved some scientific miracle.
And do you not know that?
And it's...
Why
would that be a good thing if it makes you older?
No. It would still be a miracle.
It's just not a good one.
Not one anyone wants.
No.
But for scientific achievement, it would be very impressive.
I pull up in an 1890 circus. Wait. Hello, I have an elixir that makes you a year older, but you have to work full time.
You have to work 40 plus hours a week.
Yeah, it's really just soda.
Just
with cocaine. It's Coca-Cola.
It's just cocaine.
Essentially.
Oh my god. Anyway, I was working at this bakery in California when I lived in California, and I had a friend text me one time. He was like, "WYD."
What are you doing?
Yeah, but I had to respond to him and be like, "What?" And he had to explain to me over text message what text message abbreviations meant, because at that point, for whatever reason, I had never engaged in text message abbreviations other than really important stuff.
See, I remember in middle school when the band LMAFO came out. I thought that was just a weird acronym for the band. I didn't know what that meant.
That's when I knew what it meant.
I never knew what that meant until years later.
I knew what it meant, but not because anyone explained it, because I just put together the pieces. But there's a lot of text message lingo and abbreviations that were explained to me after high school, because when I was in high school, it's not that I wasn't popular enough to be hanging out with people, but I was the type of person that you text.
Don't fool yourself.
I was the type of person you text when you're hanging out with. So you would text me and be like, "We're doing this thing."
Yeah, we still do that.
And
in fact, we do that even more now.
I know, and I would show up, but I did not engage in text conversations. I was I was one of those people that if you're gonna text message me, you're it's gonna be important, because I'm not gonna respond. Basically, I was that weird.
Unless I send you a Ewan McGregor meme, you always respond to those.
Always respond.
I know how to get you.
I always respond to Ewan McGregor memes. Otters.
Yeah.
Otters.
Yeah. Anyways.
And otter memes. I mean,
those are good. Yeah.
I'm more text lingo.
Speaking of memes,
knowledgeable now.
Speaking of memes, I loved all the Godzilla versus monkey memes that were coming out before the movie.
Yes.
The standard format was basically Godzilla fans would give a big, long explanation why Godzilla would win, and then Kong fans would just say monkey.
Monkey. So we should talk about real quick. We made a bet.
We did make a bet, and our commentary, if you listen to that, you should listen to it with the movie. It's going to be a way more fun time. Yeah. And also, before we get to the bet, so we're using a new audio software now because Audacity was being the absolute worst.
Audacity is a bitch.
Yeah, it was.
No, a lot of people like it because a lot of people only like it because
it's convenient.
I am convinced that the only reason people like it because they don't want to pay for shit. We are using Hindenburg Journalist Pro now, and I've
never heard of it.
I know
you've done your research.
I got some good recommendations from some people. So it's a premium audio software. But it's been designed specifically for journalists and podcasters in mind, versus say Audacity.
That's designed for music.
Audacity was exactly
Shorter things. Like it's not good for long form podcasts.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can get away with it, and we did for like over 30 episodes.
Yeah, well,
but we started getting some hiccups, and I know you guys noticed, and we put disclaimers.
Audacity is buggy. That's buggy. That's the downside of it. It's buggy, and it's not designed for podcasters. So you really have to know what you're doing.
So in our commentary, not for super long, fortunately, there was points we had audio drop out.
And we couldn't cut those out because it was a commentary.
Couldn't cut those out, obviously, because you have to keep the time. And I don't think it affected it too much because it is a commentary.
Yeah.
If you watch it with the movie, you might not even notice. Yeah. But those were starting to become, they were just reoccurring, and there was really nothing we could do about it.
Yeah. But now we have a new audio software because fuck Audacity. Hindenburg. Fuck.
FAWK, kids. It's legal. I mean,
it's all legal, but
it's safe to say on Nickelodeon.
Family friendly.
Imagine if we became a Nickelodeon show like iCarly.
That would be a very weird future. But we're using Hindenburg.
Dan Snyder would get his goo all over.
We're using Hindenburg Journalist Pro. It's a far more user-friendly than Audacity was, and it's designed specifically for podcasters and journalists, so people doing interviews and stuff
because
like that.
That's what we are.
And it's good. I like it a lot so far. It takes our audio software very well. We've not had any problems setting it up. It's good.
But that's the logistics.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll put time codes in this one if you want to get to the review.
Yeah.
In fact.
Yeah, maybe we will. We're 13 minutes in. According to my timer. It has a timer.
That's good. That's really good to know.
Audacity doesn't have a timer. You just have to read the timestamps on it.
So it kind of did.
But Hindenburg does not prevent me from drunkenly hitting the microphone.
No, we haven't got that feature yet. That costs another $50.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, the point is...
They ship you a little robot arm that, it holds on to you whenever you fall.
The point is we're paying for a audio software, which means we're professionals now.
I mean, if you paid to do something.
I mean, when I downloaded this, they asked me what my company is, and I put the Odd Drunk Podcast.
That is our company.
That seemed very professional to me. Anyway, we're talking about Godzilla
versus Kong.
Is it Kong versus Godzilla or
it's Godzilla versus Kong?
Godzilla versus Kong.
Godzilla is more marketable worldwide.
Yeah. So we made a bet.
Sorry, Kong fans.
We made a bet.
Before the bet.
I forgot about the bet. You should explain it to us in a second here.
Okay, so in the commentary, we watched Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla because I was pretty suspect that Mechagodzilla would appear in this movie. And guess what? He did.
It was pretty fucking cool.
It was really rad. But I told Colton that Godzilla and Kong are going to... Oh, yeah, spoilers, by the way. Sorry, but spoilers. This movie is huge. If you haven't seen it, you're just not into this stuff. Yeah. But and I'll get into the box office and everything in a moment. But yeah, and I said Godzilla are going to fight for a bit, and then they're going to be mates and fight Mechagodzilla.
Yeah.
And then Colton said literally anything else would happen.
Literally anything else.
And we bet a 6-pack of beer.
Other than they team up and fight Godzilla.
Right.
Or Mechagodzilla.
Yeah. And you got
Yeah, I was wrong.
And you can have one. I mean, I'm not going to be.
I am definitely gonna have one. I'm not gonna.
I mean,
so
I could be that way.
I lost the bet. So Godzilla and Kong, spoilers, team up and do fight Mecha Godzilla in this. And I sat at the liquor store thinking for quite a while, because we got sake tonight as our main drink.
Oh, there's a funny story about that. And
We'll go to that in a second.
Okay.
So we got sake. That was our Godzilla drink.
Yeah. Japanese.
But I thought I should get for the beer a Kong drink. And I sat at the liquor store for a while, and
you didn't find anything with a monkey on it?
I didn't find anything with monkey on it, and I tried to think of what King Kong would drink, and I didn't think of anything, so I just bought Lagunitas, which is from California. It's a pretty decent IPA. It's nothing special. We've not had it on the podcast yet.
We haven't,
and I'm surprised we haven't because it is pretty decent.
It's not bad at all.
But there's nothing special about it. There's nothing King Kong related. But it's pretty good. Do you have a bottle opener? I left my bottle opener in the other room. Oh, thank you. Oh,
yeah, one right there.
This is Cody's bottle opener.
It works good.
Cody, you left your bottle opener at my house.
He did. We're using it.
We won't.
But
we will not pay you for the royalties.
So funny story. Yeah, like we can even do that. Funny story about the is it sake?
Sake. I don't know. I don't speak.
We don't speak Japanese, and we're really trying not to be offensive of pronunciations. So I mean, we can hardly pronounce English.
I've always said sake.
Sake. Yeah.
That's what I've always said. Sake. That's what I.
Anyways,
I don't know.
We got Momo Kawa.
Yeah.
Jonmai Ginjo Nigori Craft Sake. Pearl creamy Nigori sake, and
creamy. It's different than for your regular sake. It's supposed to be served cold.
For those that are unfamiliar, it's essentially coconut wine, fermented coconut.
This is what this one is. It's coconut wine.
Yeah.
Sake is rice wine, but this one has coconut stuff in it.
Yeah.
And it's creamy. It's actually really good. I'm really enjoying it. It's not supposed to be served hot. It's supposed to be served chilled, like many sakes are supposed to be served.
Yeah, and you spilt that on your shirt.
But very classy.
I had to put a different shirt on today because I spilt some burrito sauce on my shirt earlier. But on my Rush shirt.
This is my cool rock star shirt, so it's okay if I spill stuff on it.
Oh, I see.
Because then if you can have like a messed up rock star shirt, right?
Whatever you say, Colton.
Yes, Jack
Colton Crawford.
Jake Son.
I mean crawfish. Sorry, I'm not. I shouldn't say your last name on here. Oh, and your address is no. But, so yeah, you might as well just put the intro in the beginning because I have no idea what you're gonna do for that. But
no, yeah, we're at that point. We're 18 minutes in.
Intro, not for 18 minutes.
Too late for the intro. Yeah. It went at the beginning of the episode.
Man, it was so good.
I like that
Wasn't
intro.
it?
Yeah, it was great.
So yeah, Godzilla versus Kong.
Oh, I loved it. It was so good.
It was absolutely rad.
It was. That was a good one.
It was everything I wanted it to be, and it was hard. I mean, yeah, is the plot anything to write home about?
No, it's a Godzilla movie. Damn it.
But it is exactly what the title says.
That was the thing that bothered me so much about the 2014 Godzilla movie. It was in 2014
with Bryan Cranston.
Where like critics were like, they were criticizing like stuff like that they would criticize in like any other movie about the plot and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's a fucking Godzilla movie. Like, let up a little.
Well, a lot of people
guys.
Complained there wasn't enough Godzilla in that one.
I think that's the only fair criticism. But like
I think for the first of the new American series, the Legendary series, it was a good one because they for a first Godzilla movie, by showing them in glimpses and then showing them at the end in full force, like building up to it, I think that's a good way to do it.
They build them up pretty well. But I remember people being very critical of that movie for like stupid reasons.
Right.
And I remember just being like, it's a fucking Godzilla movie. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, Just because something's a Godzilla movie doesn't mean you can't be critical of it. The 1998 Godzilla, quote unquote, with Matthew Broderick is Garbo. It is so bad.
Ooh.
It is so not that character. But we're not talking about that movie.
You mean you? Are you talking about Godzilla or are you talking about Zilla?
Zilla.
Jackson.
That's what Toho refers to.
We are proper Godzilla fans.
Oh yeah,
fans here
Zilla.
at the Drunk Podcast.
Yeah,
that is Zilla, not Godzilla.
But
and in that movie, I mean, just that movie. So some Godzilla movies are cheesy, but like have some cool human elements actually.
Well, and also have cool monster elements.
The cool monster elements is why we watch them, but there are some that have some cool human elements. And the 1998 Godzilla doesn't even have that.
Doesn't have either.
It's like Matthew Broderick going, like this genius scientist who has a PhD, going to the United Nations, being like, hey, there's a monster out there, and here's all this evidence. And then they're like, dude, you're fucking crazy.
Well, it is Matthew Broderick.
And then Zilla, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize formally. Zilla attacks. And then they're still like, you're fucking crazy, Matthew Broderick. Like, what the fuck?
You're on another level tonight.
Why do they not believe him at any point in the movie?
I don't know. Maybe because he looks dumb.
I don't know. I don't understand.
Would you trust Ferris Bueller?
Yes, I would trust Ferris Bueller.
You want to think he would put a fake body in your bed and like pretend he's sleeping and then go off and steal your friend's dad's car?
No, but he did that to himself, though. He would tell me before,
and then go fight go fight Zilla.
Especially if he fought fought Zilla.
Yeah.
And then if he became like a Broadway producer and made a bunch of money off of a flop. That was a movie, right?
But okay.
And then was Simba. I would trust him.
I would trust Simba, but I want to trust Ferris Bueller. He would steal your dad's car.
Simba would steal your dad's car?
Maybe. No, he would probably maul you to death because he's a lion.
Because he's a lion, yeah.
A full-grown lion.
That's a good point. He is a lion.
Yeah, so...
Anyway, Ferris Bueller rant aside.
Yeah. Matthew Broderick rant aside.
I like Matthew Broderick. I really do, actually. Oh. But anyway, so this Godzilla movie, speaking of Matthew Broderick, one thing I did like about this Godzilla movie was the human elements of it, because they didn't overdo it. They were this Godzilla movie was very careful to make sure that the Godzilla part was the main attraction.
Which one?
This new one.
Well, it's Godzilla and Kong.
Yeah.
I would say Kong's the main attraction.
Kong and Godzilla. Anyway, the kaiju fights.
The kaiju fights. So, before we get into it...
Oh, yeah, hold on. Is Kong a kaiju, or is he...
He's a kaiju.
Is he?
The 1933 Kong's a kaiju, technically.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that just that term applied to him.
There's no real size definition. All kaiju is just giant monster.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, the kaiju fight's the main attraction. But this movie does a pretty good job with the human elements, I thought. Because at the very least, it's not distracting.
By the way, Toho even made a Frankenstein movie.
I did not know that.
And he's a kaiju.
What?
He's like throwing rocks. He's like throwing rocks at people.
We need to watch this.
Yeah, it exists. I don't know where to find it, but it exists.
Okay, we're gonna find this shit out.
But anyways, just to get some stats up for GVK, as I'm gonna call it. No, that's lame. Godzilla versus Kong. So internationally, because it opened, I believe, a few different days, but it opened practically a week before it opened in the U.S. internationally. It ended up making like $70.2 million in China alone, and then total $120 million for its opening internationally. And then in the U.S., as of now, it has made $48.5 million.
That's impressive.
That's the most a movie has made during COVID. It already beat out Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah, because they released it on HBO, and that didn't make any money at all.
When it was just on HBO.
Yeah.
It was it might have been. I think it was in theaters in some places internationally.
But I don't know if this is a bad thing or not. Because I'm not one of those people that cares about the industry, like the financial industry, but like for the social impact, the theaters have been dying because of COVID, and I don't think theaters are going to recover completely.
I think they will, I'll tell you why.
Okay, tell me why.
Yes, it is nice to have the convenience of streaming movies at home. But me, along with a lot of other people, enjoy the whole experience of going to the movies and having a night out of it, like kind of an event.
I do enjoy that, but I don't think they're going to recover in the same way that we were before.
I don't think it's going to be the same, but I do think they're going to recover. But who knows what could happen with that, honestly.
So here we go.
I
found a fascinating article.
It's been the best pandemic movie so far.
1965, Frankenstein versus Baragon.
Oh, Baragon's a classic. He wasn't the one we saw, but he was the one I saw recently. I watched well, it's a long title, but the Zilla fans call it GMK.
Okay, yeah. So, you told me about this. Yeah, you did tell me.
I'll explain it. It's got the literal title of this movie, and I own it now. We're gonna do it at some point, but not for a while.
Yeah, we're gonna do some commentaries on all the Godzilla movies.
That's the plan.
Not all of them, but the ones we like.
But it's called Godzilla.
We're gonna get Eddie, the Godzilla expert, on it.
Yeah,
he's a local guy who's a Godzilla expert. Apparently,
he said Shin Godzilla is one of his favorite movies of all time.
From what he's told me.
Yeah, I've always wanted to see that one. That one looks haunting.
I'm not sure he's actually an expert, but he just likes it.
That one looks horrifying. But yeah, it's Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah all out monsters attack.
That sounds awesome. So this is he first appeared in 1965 in Frankenstein versus Baragon.
The Toho version?
The Toho, yes. After the atomic bomb, which destroyed Hiroshima, irradiated his immortal heart, it slowly grew into a feral boy and eventually a giant. Frankenstein became an outcast, blamed for the crimes of the underground monster Baragon, and hunted by the JSDF. What's that?
I explained it before, the Japanese Self-Defense Force.
Okay, thank you. Ultimately, he confronted and killed the monster before a sudden fissure sent him plummeting into the Earth's depths, his fate unknown.
Yeah.
And he's referenced in a couple other films, but that is the only film he's in.
Yep.
That is the Japanese Frankenstein.
Yep, that exists. I wasn't lying. But, So yeah, Godzilla vs. Kong has done really well financially considering the pandemic. And, some places are opening up more. The vaccines are coming out. So that does help.
Both of us have our first shot now.
Yeah, we have our first vaccine shot. And
we're working our way there.
We are. Yeah. And it wasn't too bad.
No,
not at all.
No, it's actually the shot itself was way fucking quicker than I thought it was. Like, it was one of those, I expected to be like a big fucking needle, and they were just like, they were like swabbing my arm with alcohol swab, and they were just like, okay, there it is, it's done. And I'm like, wait, what?
So I'll tell you, the movie Godzilla vs. Kong, 60 years in the making, I think it followed through.
I do too. Yeah. Fantastic.
So the human parts, they're not too bogged down in like exposition or anything. It's not too it doesn't try to get too deep into the lore, but enough. But it really just has fun getting monsters smashing each other, and it does it well.
Well, what I think it does, it's not that it doesn't get too deep into the lore. It's that the lore that it gets into, fits well. It doesn't get like you're right. It doesn't get too.
It explains more of the Hollow Earth stuff because they bring Kong to a hole to go to Hollow Earth.
But they only explain lore that is relevant.
Yeah, they don't go on a big
like
exposition, monologue or whatever. There's not a guy that like explains everything about Kong or whatever. It's just like you should know what Kong is.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Some movies go into too much effort to explain lore that isn't actually relevant to the film. And this film,
and it's well paced. It's just under 2 hours.
Yeah,
it's like an hour and 50 minutes,
something like that.
And I love I like the connection with Godzilla and the little girl. I forget her name, but she's a Skull Island native that survived a big. They don't really explain it. It might have been Ghidorah that caused it, or just climate change. But she survived a big hurricane. Kong saved her.
Yeah,
and they have a bond.
That's a really cool element of the film. I think
she's deaf.
I think it's the only part of the film that really connects the human element to the rest of the film. The rest of the film has some cool human parts in it, but that's the only part that makes the human element, like the humanity, connect with Kong.
Millie Bobby Brown's back in it. Fire Fist guy from Deadpool.
Yeah.
Is he from New Zealand? Or I don't know.
I think so. It sounds New Zealand. Weekly Planet's going to be like, you fucking idiots.
If they listen to us, if James and Meso listen to us, they owe us.
Owe us.
Get us on the Planet Broadcasting Network. I know we're not Australians, but
what are you talking about? What are you talking about? We are Australians.
We're
the Australians of Mexico.
We're just really amazing at our bad American accents.
Yeah.
But and I recommend that podcast, Weekly Planet.
Great podcast.
It's great. It's good.
They got their podcast, they got their YouTube channel.
And they also
have whatever you listen to, it's cool.
They have YouTube. I don't want to sponsor them too hard, but they have a subscription you can pay for where you get all kinds of extra stuff.
What are you doing, Jackson?
But
you're sponsoring another podcast.
Yeah. Well, they're not a direct competitor. They're way above us. But anyways.
I am just the guy over here just being the one that gets worried about finances.
You worry about everything.
No, I don't worry about anything, actually.
But I love the fight. So the first fight with Godzilla and Kong out in the open ocean on like the battleships and aircraft carrier.
That was cooler than I expected it to be.
It was really cool, and I just love how Godzilla swats the jets with his tail, and he swims up like a shark.
It shows that he's faster than he looks.
Well, especially in the ocean, he's really fast.
Yeah.
And just breaks everything he touches. And then he gets up on the ship. Well, Kong, he's down in the water. They got him chained up. And then the guy finally releases him. He barely escapes. But I love when Kong punches Godzilla, you feel the weight.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not super quick. It has, like, a wind-up to it.
It has a wind-up to it, but it's not like this crazy, like, anime wind-up. It feels real.
No, but they do a good job of conveying the weight and the scale. I think the scale's way better than in King of the Monsters, the last one in the series, especially when they get to Hong Kong. But I love how in that battle, and I love how in all these battles, pretty much they're giant monsters trying to kill each other. Like, it's savage. Like Godzilla,
oh yeah,
he has the atomic breath and everything, which gives him a huge edge. But he literally just tries to drown Kong. And the military has to come in to save him with some, like, torpedoes.
I liked that the military had to save him there.
Yeah.
Because this is like the middle of the movie fight.
Well, Kong is like... Well, it's their first encounter.
So it's their first encounter. It's the middle of the movie fight. We don't want an encounter where one of them straight up wins.
No.
Yeah. So I think the decision to make it so like the Navy saves him a little bit was smart. Because it makes it not... It wasn't a fair fight from the beginning.
No, that's Godzilla's territory all the way.
And then it wasn't a fair fight because the Navy intervened. But that is good because we get the fair fight later.
Well, I like how they played dead.
Oh, yeah.
So Godzilla didn't keep attacking them. Like, I think if they didn't play dead, they would have been screwed. He would have just kept coming. But But then, and so there's a couple different plots. There's the podcast one, which I thought was funny. I was like, oh, that's relatable.
Yeah, I was like,
he's a podcaster.
The All Drunk Podcast is Jackson and Colton.
Da, 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 da. But
I don't know any of the words to our theme song.
I know the words, but I'm not going to sing them because that would be
you're the one
lame.
Well, you're the one that sang them, so it's natural that you know the words.
But
I played piano, and that's pretty much it.
But besides that, you're dropping things.
I dropped one thing, asshole.
Well, your phone does have a case on it, so I count it as two things.
Fair.
But so there's the subplot with they have to bring Kong to the Hollow Earth to get the NRGE for Apex, the corporation.
I love that part.
You get to see the Hollow Earth and all these weird monsters, and as soon as and I love how they pick him up in the helicopters. That's reminiscent of the old movie where they have the balloons hooked up to him.
Yeah,
but they just drop him off in Antarctica, and he's like looking around like, what the?
I like that it takes some
just using him.
It takes some convincing of him to get him to actually go down into the tunnel.
Yeah, the little girl has to talk to him because he can speak sign language. Because he understands sign language.
He was like, "No, that shit's scary. Why would I go down there?"
Yeah, he's like, why would I go down some random hole?
Like,
and
that's
by the
weird.
way, you just dropped me in a completely different habitat where I'm gonna die eventually.
Yeah, he was like, he recognizes how fucking weird the situation is.
But anyways, they get him in the Hollow Earth. He fights some flying snakes, and he finds an axe.
That was cool.
And it's like an ancient Kong temple.
That was cool. Well, it's like they hint at like the ancient rivalry between Godzilla and Kong. But they hint that they actually, I feel they hint that it's not just that Kong's ancestors, but Godzilla's ancestors. So Godzilla himself has not been around this whole time. He was born at some point, etc.
I'm not really sure. Well,
it's vague. It's really
in the expanded
vague.
lore and some of the comics and expanded stuff they do for this, they tell the story of a old Godzilla, his ancestor Dagon, named after the Lovecraft monster.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
And but Godzilla is probably the last of his kind, if not the most powerful of his kind, because of nuclear radiation and stuff.
Yeah,
or whatever. But that doesn't really matter. But anyways, there's this tech company, Apex Legends. No,
they were suspicious from the very fucking
They were
beginning.
very sus.
By the way, I love the guy who plays the villain.
Yeah, he's a good villain.
He's just
like
cool.
mustache twirling.
Yeah, exactly. He's very mustache twirling. He's got a cool weird accent. I think it's like a Spanish accent.
It's not vague.
Well, no, it's pretty Spanish sounding. It has that lisp to it.
Yeah, it does have the lisps.
I mean,
I couldn't.
I mean, like Iberian Peninsula Spanish. I don't mean like.
Okay.
I don't mean like Mexican Spanish.
Right. Yeah.
I mean like Spanish.
Spain.
But it's still Americanized.
Yeah, that's why.
Of course.
But anyways, they're doing suspicious stuff. Godzilla attacks their facilities, and then later on in the film, Godzilla comes back to attack their facility in Hong Kong while Kong is doing the Hollow Earth bit with his human friends.
That was a cool bit.
It was a cool bit. You had all those weird vulture things.
I like when Kong like eats that monster's brains.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah. I like the bit where that one mean lady, that guy's daughter from the company, she gets in the ship, they harvest the materials, and they get in their anti-gravity ship thing. That's how they get in the Hollow Earth. It's a whole thing. But and I'll get to it, but Kong grabs the ship, looks at it, and just crushes it like without thought.
Oh,
that was badass.
Well, it's like, it's towards the end, so we're getting there where I'm not going to explain why yet. But basically, they're in Hollow Earth, and there's a reason they have to escape, and the daughter gets in her ship with her troops, and they try to escape, and Kong just grabs it and fucking just crushes it.
Yeah.
And that was a moment where I was like,
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Because she sucked.
But
anyways.
But there's a so they're trying to get to Hollow Earth to find a power source.
Yeah, to find the power source for their technology. And it's revealed around the same time in the film that they made a Mechagodzilla. So yeah, that was rad. And they tested out on the scroll crawler.
Yeah.
And just splits it in half of its beam.
Yeah, and they have to basically the power source that's in Hollow Earth is the one.
Yeah, because it shuts down.
They have to be able to replicate that power source to be able to.
Because the Mechagodzilla shuts down real quick.
Yeah.
And it has like a psionic link with this guy that's controlling it, but. So once they get the power source, so later on in the movie, well, not even later on.
Hey, Jackson.
Yeah.
Do you want some pizza?
Not right now. I mean, you can order some.
I'm gonna order some pizza.
You can order some, but
if you were to
just get whatever, get the like deluxe, man.
Just to get a deluxe.
Okay, yeah. But so they get the power source, and it's revealed that Mechagodzilla, I think his head is made from one of Ghidorah's heads, but he's definitely controlled using one of Ghidorah's heads.
Yeah, no. His head does have one of Ghidorah's heads skulls in it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how they're able to
do the psionic link.
Yeah, that's how they're able to do that because Mechagodzilla has one of the heads in there.
And then the other head's communicating with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's the skull. But once they get that power source, that essentially revives Ghidorah's mind. So
yeah, the power source, like
so, Mechagodzilla, goes rogue later on.
That was a big twist to me, and I told Jackson this earlier today. I was really glad we watched Mechagodzilla versus Godzilla last week.
Yeah,
because in that movie, that didn't happen. And they had to help stop Mechagodzilla from the inside. Yeah. And because I had watched that, it made that a plot twist where I was like, what? Because I was expecting that to happen. And then I was like, what?
I know, Mechagodzilla is Ghidorah, essentially.
He went rogue now?
Yeah.
What the
But anyway, so before the Mechagodzilla comes out, Godzilla is just destroying Hong Kong. And then he drills a hole all the way down to the center of the earth.
Yeah,
essentially.
This happens before all this stuff with Godzilla.
That happens before that, but and then Kong gets his axe. He comes out of the hole, and then they have an amazing fight.
Because Kong is pretty much just like pissed that Godzilla destroyed his new home.
Yeah,
because Kong, they led into this place for the power source, and Kong was like, it's like the ancient home of his people, and Kong was like, oh, it's my people. I'm finally at home. And then Godzilla...
He had a big throne.
Yeah, and Godzilla just destroys it. And Kong is like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Like, seriously. And he understandably, he was like, I'm going to kick this guy's ass.
So they fight. And Kong's got the axe that can block Godzilla's blasts and stuff. There's a really fun bit. It's reminiscent of the tree bit in the old one where Kong shoves the tree down Godzilla's throat.
I did notice that.
He shoves the butt of the end of the axe down his throat for a little bit.
I love that. Oh my god.
But so they're kind of going back and forth. They're both getting solid hits. Kong's jumping around on the buildings. They're all destroying everything in sight as they go, and it looks really cool.
there is very little care to the preservation of the city.
Well, they're giant monsters.
Yeah.
But I mean, it looks so good.
Even compared to the other movies, I think there's more collateral
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, besides when Godzilla nuked Boston.
Oh, of course.
With his heat pulse thing.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
But this one, I love how they both get solid hits on each other, but it looks like Kong's getting he's getting a leg up on Godzilla, but then Godzilla swats the axe away, so Kong has to run away from his atomic blast.
They did a smart thing where they separated Kong from his new axe for a bit.
And then Kong does
they separated from him until like halfway through the next fight.
Basically.
Yeah. Which was smart.
So but Kong knocks Godzilla out, Kong gets up, and the guy's like, I think Alexander Skarsgård, he's like, oh, Kong takes round 2. But then
That was Skarsgård?
Yeah, a Skarsgård.
Fuck, I didn't even recognize him.
There's a few of them.
I didn't recognize him.
Well, there's like 3 or 4 of them in Hollywood.
Yeah, I didn't recognize any of them. I didn't recognize him, though.
But yeah, but Godzilla gets back up and he's super pissed now. And he just goes total ferocious and he just trounces Kong. Like, this movie, what I respect about it, they actually do have a winner.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a winner without being insulting to Kong.
Yeah, I have a friend.
So Godzilla, he scratches up Kong and like.
I have a friend who's super into Godzilla and Kong and stuff. He had not seen the movie, and he was like, I was talking to him today, and he was like, "Oh, I kind of heard the spoiler of who wins."
Oh yeah.
And I was just based off of that sentence. I was like, "You didn't hear all the spoilers."
No, he didn't.
Off of who wins, because there's something else that comes next.
Yeah, but I love the part where Godzilla stomps on Kong's. I mean, I don't love it because I was like, oh god, Kong is about to die. But Godzilla, he spares him, and he just roars at him. He's basically like, "Stay down, leave me alone, okay?" Like,
yeah, he's like,
"Stay out of my way.
Know your fucking place."
Yeah. But Kong's real messed up. But then Mechagodzilla emerges.
Oh, yes.
And
I loved the introduction.
He has the rocket-powered punches. He has
he was way more mobile than Godzilla because he
was big and blocky though.
He doesn't just use rocket-powered punches. He uses rockets to like move. So there's a couple moments where Godzilla goes to like hit him, and he uses rockets to move out of the way, and it's awesome. And I like that they did that because they show like, oh, he's not faster than Godzilla. He has rockets that help him move.
What's really cool, the director, Adam Wingard, he was inspired by one of the Transformers, I think Transformers Dark of the Moon.
Oh, one of the worst ones.
Yeah, he was inspired by that because he couldn't tell what the robots were. He said that they butchered their designs, and they did. I love Bumblebee. They went back to the G1.
That's like a really bad thing to say, like, oh, I didn't know what they were. But that's cool that he was inspired by it.
He was inspired by it when he designed, because he got to design Mechagodzilla, and he was really happy to get to design his own monster.
Yeah.
And and you can see it in the film. Mechagodzilla is imposing and a big evil-looking robot, but he's simple-looking. You can tell. You can see all the parts.
He makes sense.
He makes sense. It's not overly complicated. He's a robot Godzilla.
He doesn't suddenly come out with rockets where like it didn't make sense where there were before.
I think it stays.
He has rockets where he has them. He has missiles where he has them.
He has like shoulder rockets and stuff,
yeah, and it's still like he has that shit all over the place. But it's not like it doesn't turn into a situation where like Godzilla's about to win and then all of a sudden Mechagodzilla has this trick up his sleeve. No, it's like. All of his tricks are on the table at the beginning of the fight.
So Adam Wingard says, I remember watching the third Transformers movie in the theater. It was one of those things where I was with a date and we got there late and the only seats that were available were literally in the front row. So I'm sitting there watching Transformers 3 in the front row and I couldn't tell what the hell was going on. So that's what inspired him to make Mechagodzilla good.
I love that. That's great.
Not repeating Michael Bay's mistake, essentially. But yeah, I thought that was rad. And Godzilla's getting beat up. He's getting thrown around. He's getting face smashed in the buildings and stuff. I love the bit where the beams collide, but Godzilla loses the beam fight. Like, that surprised me.
Yeah, that was.
But then they revive Kong with the heave. I think the heave copter, like the anti-gravity heavy.
I don't know what it was called.
I think it's a heave.
Yeah, because he's collapsed. He lost.
His heart's slowing down.
And the heart's slowing down, and they know that because of the deaf girl. She's able to feel it in the ground and stuff.
Yeah.
And so the only thing they have that can produce that much electricity is the craft they use to transport themselves to Hollow Earth.
Yeah. They use that energy that restarts I said Hulk almost. That restarts Kong's heart, essentially, you know, and he gets up and his shoulder gets yanked out of place during the fight with Godzilla. But he has to pop his shoulder back in. Like, that was epic. Like, when he hit it against the building and, like, he was like, okay, I'm ready. And then Godzilla is about to get laser beamed in the mouth. Like, Mechagodzilla opened up his mouth. He does the same move that Godzilla did to the monster in the 2014 one.
Oh, yeah.
He's about to do that same move.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, crap. But then Kong leaps in. He gets the axe. He starts beating Mechagodzilla, but the axe isn't doing anything, really. It's just kind of knocking him around, but it's not doing real damage. They slam him into the building together. That shot is awesome. When they both grab one of his arms and just slam him into that building face first. That was absolutely sick. What are you doing?
I'm ordering pizza.
I'm
sorry.
But yeah, that moment.
It was like a brawl fight, though.
It was a brawl. It was savage. It was like a pub brawl. Like, when you see two of your mates fighting, or not two of your mates, but your mate fighting a guy, and then you jump in, you know? But when Godzilla charged up the axe, and then Kong just cut limb off a limb of Mechagodzilla, and then pulled his head off with his spine. Like, that was like a Mortal Kombat fatality. That was sick.
That was exactly what I was thinking when I was watching it. It's like Mortal Kombat.
And from what I've seen, generally, Kong and Godzilla fans are really happy with this movie because both monsters get their moment to shine.
Yeah.
Even though Godzilla does end up beating Kong,
they don't fuck over.
That's kind of overshadowed by the fact when they team up and fight Mechagodzilla, you know? And then Kong gets his moment. He gets to finish Mechagodzilla. And the CG. I think they do some mocap with Kong and stuff, and maybe even Godzilla too. But the CG is just, it's amazing. And you get to see the scale of the monsters. Like, when they're next to buildings, you really get to see that.
Yeah.
When Kong's jumping around and, like, grabbing, like, a crane as a weapon and whatever. It's great. And I can honestly say, and I've seen a lot of monster movies, it's one of, if not the best monster fights I've seen in a kaiju movie. It's well choreographed. It looks good. It has weight to it. It does both characters justice. All right. So, you can't get much better than that.
So I have a quiz. I have a quiz here.
Oh, no.
We like doing quizzes. It's which Toho monster are you?
I thought we already did that one.
No, we did a BuzzFeed one. We're going to do a real one. It's not BuzzFeed. It's by allthetests.com. Which Toho monster are you?
We'll put the link in the description for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it gets 3.8 stars.
It's probably not very good. Yeah. I don't care.
But we're going to do it. So how would you describe your... Oh, before we do that, let me just... One last remark for Godzilla versus Kong. I would give it, for a monster movie, 9 out of 10. For a movie, like an 8.
I would give it for monster movie, 9 out of 10. For a movie, I'm going to be a little more harsh, 7 out of 10.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
Yeah, it still was great.
What I mean when I say movie is for a blockbuster.
Yeah. Even then, I would still say 7 out of 10. But to be fair, monster movies typically get lower scores in my books than other movies when it comes to comparing them to others. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, but this one just did so well as a monster movie.
It was one of the better monster movies I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I mean,
so definitely 9 out of 10 for a monster movie. 7 out of 10. I mean,
monster fight wise,
take into account the 2014 Godzilla. I would probably put it a 5 out of 10 when it comes to movies.
I would put it way above the 2014 Godzilla.
Yeah. So when it comes to just straight up movies, the 2014 Godzilla was 5 out of 10.
Oh, I thought you were saying Godzilla versus Kong was 5 out of 10. I was like, no way.
The original one, when it comes to just movies, not monster movies, was maybe for me 5 out of 10.
So here's
King of Monsters. I would have put it as 6 out of 10. As far as just straight up movies go,
the monster fights are fine, but as a movie, I would give it like a 4 or 5. A 5.
I think that's fair, but I did really enjoy it. But this one was as far as movies go,
I think this revived the series.
A straight up like 6 out of 10.
We're going to be seeing more of these.
It was good.
We're going to be seeing more of these. Toho, the contract with Toho and Legendary / Warner Bros. For Godzilla's rights did end in 2020, but I can see it getting renewed now. Because this revitalized the series. It's doing well financially. And so the critics, it was sitting at like an 80 for a while, but the critics score on Rotten Tomatoes, 75%. Audience score, 93%.
That's really good.
That's especially when you consider the critic consensus.
That's really good. Yeah.
So the critical consensus.
And keep in mind our status of when we're rating it as a monster movie is taking into consideration that monster movies are typically not as good as it. Like
that's not always the case.
Like, well, it's just taking the consideration stuff like.
You keep dropping your phone, man.
This is the only second time. But taking into consideration, it's not fair to compare Godzilla to The Godfather.
I don't know. I'd love to see a Godzilla mobster movie. Monster movie.
I would love
to see
it
happen.
I would love to see that, but critically, that's not a fair comparison.
But
like
we're not talking about that.
You know what I mean? That's just not
okay.
fair.
Let me read you the critics' consensus. So delivering squarely on its title, Godzilla vs. Kong swats away character development and human drama to deliver all the spectacle you expect from giant monsters slugging it out. I couldn't agree anymore. Audience says, this long-awaited blockbuster matchup makes it easy not to think about the so-so story and characters by serving up plenty of action and incredible effects. I agree. I mean, it doesn't need a crazy good story. It doesn't need to be
I agree with that.
artistic film.
No,
it just needs to be a great monster movie. And that it is.
Movie, yeah.
It does that well. So we're going to wrap this up with this quiz you picked out here, and we'll be out of here.
Yeah, pretty short episode.
And also, I want you guys to just expect we're not going to be doing a lot of movie stuff in a while. We're going to be bringing more variety again. So
we're probably doing some video
But
game.
we had to do all this.
We're doing some video game stuff. We're doing some comic book stuff.
Maybe we'll review a sandwich.
Yeah.
Who knows?
We're doing some sandwich stuff. I mean, on that topic, what do you think? Pastrami sandwich or Italian beef?
Pastrami.
I agree.
If I had to pick. I mean,
but pastrami doesn't typically come with the au jus. That's unusual for pastrami to have the au jus.
You know what? I like a nice French dip, Colton.
I do like a nice French dip, but is it as good as as good as pastrami?
It can be, in the right context, Colton.
I don't know.
Anyways, let's get on with this quiz. You're stalling.
A pastrami is.
You're stalling on the pastrami.
Is the ultimate sandwich.
That's for another episode. We've gone off enough tangents tonight.
If you want to sponsor us, the hat from in.
Actually, wait. That would be nice, but if pastrami wants to sponsor us itself.
If pastrami itself wants to sponsor us, just send us a message on
the Pastrami Union.
Facebook. Is there such a thing? I'm not sure. I hope there is.
Okay, anyways, there's an ad blocking my way. It's really annoying.
Well, how would you describe yourself? Irritable.
Why was that the first one you read? Intelligent, order taker, aggressive, kind, irritable.
Order taker, you missed one.
I said that.
Yeah, you missed. You did not say it.
I said it.
You did not say it.
Listen back on recording, guys. I said it. I said it.
Not say it.
I said it.
You did not.
I said intelligent, overtaker, aggressive, kind, irritable.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're drunk.
Shut up.
But anyways, I would say, I mean, if I'm going to be I could be irritable in some respects, but I try to be kind to people. I mean,
Yeah, I would say
I hate those questions that are like feed into your ego.
Like, which way do you suck? It's like, what do you expect?
Okay, so which city would you like to destroy? None, unless I'm ordered or lose control. Tokyo, every single one. Moscow, nothing. I do not destroy.
Tokyo.
I would.
There's not been enough Tokyo destruction in these movies.
I know, right? They need to bring that back.
And Moscow's not interesting enough to destroy.
Plus, you would start a new World War III.
Yeah.
And we don't want to do that.
No, definitely Tokyo.
Well, why stick with Tokyo or Moscow when you can destroy every city?
Well, I don't want to destroy every city.
Rebuild civilization, Colton.
I don't want to destroy Tijuana.
Well, leave Tijuana.
But like maybe Phoenix. I don't know. Or Austin.
Maybe Rancho Cucamonga.
Godzilla
just shows up and leaves.
It's a Godzilla movie where the Godzilla versus the workaholics class. But like not the characters, literally the actors.
The actors, yeah.
Yeah.
So how would you destroy your enemy? Disintegrate it, burn them, rip and tear at it. Okay, Doom guy. Annihilate it, and the whole city too. Suffocate the enemy. Oh my god. With a pillow. You're just a regular man. You're not a giant monster in this scenario.
I have to pick that answer then.
I have to pick that one too.
There's no.
I don't want us to get the same answer.
There's no other answer for that. It's like suffocate them. Like I'm just gonna go
in their sleep.
Go around with a pillow and just like one by one.
Okay. That's so messed up. Okay, which power sounds the best to you? Radioactive fire, so Godzilla, flight, and poison powder. What kind of Pokemon is that?
What is? Let's take a second to recognize this quiz. Poison powder is one word.
Don't tell me, man.
Poison powder. What is poison powder? One word. Poison powder.
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Rockets, lasers, and Maleficaire cannon. So Mecha Godzilla, flight and hurricane winds. Flight and I want a gravity beam because that's so like what?
Radioactive fire?
I want to shoot gravity at people.
Radioactive fire? Is that what you meant by a Maleficaire?
No, the Maleficaire cannon. Rockets, laser, and...
Okay, I was being an idiot.
Yeah. Tokyo has developed a new weapon to try and destroy you.
Hold on.
Wait,
hold on. What did you choose?
I'm not telling you what I chose.
I'm choosing flight and poison powder. One word.
Okay. I chose flight and gravity beam attack.
One word. Poison powder.
I don't want us to get the same answer. Okay. Tokyo has developed a new weapon to try to destroy you. That's my timer. We got to wrap this up soon. So.
We got time.
Tokyo has developed a new weapon, tried to destroy you. What do? Fly away to find new haven. Destroy me. I am the weapon. Allow them to fire at me. It just bounces off. Attack the weapon relentlessly using skill, agility, and cunning. Crush weapon. Destroy everything in sight.
I am the weapon, bitch. They can't.
I would just
more powerful than.
I would shoot him with my anti-gravity beams. Obviously,
they can't shoot me with a weapon more powerful than the Odd Drunk Podcast.
So I'd crush a weapon with my gravity beams.
I would crush them with the Odd Drunk Podcast.
So which one did you pick?
Subscribe. Follow us on Apple Podcasts.
Leave us a rating and review.
Leave us a review.
A good one, maybe.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
That'd be nice.
It doesn't matter if you're dead or not.
What?
We are the podcast. You are the audience.
Yeah.
Listen to us.
Okay.
Listen, share us on Facebook.
Oh no! Destroy us, Space Godzilla, Batra, and Kumunga have invaded the city. Who do you attack?
What?
Okay, you'll pay for killing my son, Destroya. Okay, that implies you're Godzilla, because Godzilla Jr.
What?
This
grammar is really bad.
We gotta watch Destroya, by the way. Godzilla versus Destroya. That's good. That's like really good. I attack all of them. I'm strong enough. Space Godzilla, you will be eliminated. I will fight Cucamonga. No, Kumunga. Batra will perish.
I will fight Cucamonga.
I'm gonna fight Space Godzilla because he's cool. He's got the big crystal shoulders.
I'm gonna fight all of them because in this fictional universe of the Odd Drunk Quiz page, I am powerful enough to take. We are powerful. Me and Jackson, if we like Power Ranger combined into one.
Well, like we said
form-
before, you hold a guy and then I run up and beat him up.
Pretty much, yeah. But like,
Or I'll get a pillow.
for technical reasons, we'll put it as if we teamed up.
We're a Voltron.
We're like
where we tape
we're
pillows on each
we're-
other.
We're like your Voltron as one, and I am like the Megazord. So
Okay.
like you're Voltron, I'm the Megazord. Not like we combined with Voltron. Like you literally are Voltron,
Okay.
and then I'm literally the Megazord. And
Okay.
we
Okay.
came up and we kill.
We kill. Okay. Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Post that on Facebook.
Okay.
Just post I am Voltron.
I am Voltron. Yeah.
And no explanation.
I am Voltron Thanos.
Yeah,
Tokyo.
Yeah,
Yeah. Has moved you to Monster Island. How do they capture you? Tripped over a hotel building. Tranquilized me. Why would they put me in Monster Island? I'm their defense. They injured my wing. They got me while I was sleeping.
no,
I flew there myself.
I would switch up these answers. I would say, why would we put me on Monster Island? I was sleeping.
They got you while you were sleeping.
They got what?
Calm down there.
They can't do that.
I flew there.
That's cheating.
I flew there myself
What?
because I'm a free agent.
You flew there yourself.
I have my own agency.
And while you were there, they said Colton can't sleep while he's not on
No, they
Monster
got you
Island.
while you were sleeping.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
What?
I hope you
Dan-
answered the question.
Danny, help me.
Leave him alone, man.
Danny can't help me.
Which gods? Okay.
I'm trapped. There's no.
Oh,
other
this
option.
one's relevant. And this quiz is like from 2005, so it's not going to have the recent movies. But which Godzilla movie did you like the least? Oh, the least. Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. That was rad. I didn't like any of them. Rebirth from Mothra. I haven't seen that one. Godzilla, Mothra, Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Attack.
No,
that
that's
one was
awesome.
rad.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Destroy all monsters. Because that one, I haven't seen the whole thing, but it's literally they just reuse stock footage of monsters and just add some stuff.
It's the laziest movie.
Okay, what tactics do you use to fight Godzilla? Fight myself? Bah, so that in pleasure. Godzilla, shoot spikes, shoot cannons, shoot poison power at him, not powder. Poison power.
I would probably read it as powder because I'm drunk.
And toss. Okay, the last one: fly over, pick him up, and drop him in the sea. That wouldn't do anything.
That's stupid.
That's where he lives.
Well, it's like so. Fight myself. That's stupid. The fourth one. That's stupid. Shoot him with the cannons. But I would attack everything else if he roars. Only if he roars. That's weird. So
That's some kind of Toho lore that we don't know about.
yeah. I'm gonna rule that one out. So it's got to be one of the first two.
It might be a Mothra thing.
I would shoot poison powder at him to stun him, and then shoot heat beams at him, or I would shoot spikes out of my chest at him and then charge at him.
All right. So how do you feel about Tokyo?
I don't live there.
I can't say, but it looks really cool. I'd love to visit.
I would absolutely love to visit. I'm very reluctant to say.
For me, it's the last one. It is a city to be visited once in a while.
I
mean, not during COVID.
We moved on from number 9.
Yeah, I already answered that. I'm not
Okay.
telling you my answer.
Okay,
what call back. What dinosaur do you think you were the most like?
Wait. How do I feel about Tokyo?
Why do I have to explain all this to you? You can't read.
I was behind you, asshole. It was a play. The city of Tokyo is the place for. I'm out of pressure. I'm gonna put the last one. City of Tokyo is a place for nesting in secret, like a mafia guy.
So this is hilarious. So one of the answers on what dinosaur you think you're most like are the Universal Studios Jurassic Park ride T-Rex. An animatronic.
I am not most
Specifically at Universal Studios.
Actually, yes, I am most like that.
Because you like Jurassic Park.
I'm definitely going to pick that one. I do love
I'm going to pick
Jurassic
T-Rex,
Park.
regular T-Rex.
One of these days, we're going to do a Jurassic Park episode.
Oh, yeah. So where do you like to...
But when I say one of these days, don't get your hopes up.
Future. Way future.
I mean, like,
Who knows?
In the next 20 years.
If we're still doing this in 20 years, I hope we're making money off of it.
Yes.
But where do you like to be most of the time? Inside my own AI?
I'm not an AI, so no.
On the land? Yeah. I mean, generally.
I do generally like to be
On the land or in the air, depends on my mood. Under the sea. Under the sea. Under the sea. The racist.
Darling, it's better. Down where it's wetter.
You know, just because of that, I'm picking that one.
No, I'm gonna pick it. I'm gonna pick on the land because I used to do rock climbing.
Okay.
And I'm like the opposite of the sea.
So which other...
Not that I was good at rock climbing.
Right.
I was not.
Which other Toho monster would you like to fight? Frankenstein? Oh, that's funny.
Yes, absolutely.
Mechani Kong. So...
I don't care what that is.
That's Mecha Kong. And it came out way before Mecha Godzilla, actually. That's what shocked me. In 1967. And I saw Adam Wingard, the director of this. If he got to do another Kong movie, he would have him fight Mechani Kong.
So here's the thing. I don't care. Frankenstein is an option. And I'm going to choose a Frankenstein.
I'm going to go Mechani Kong.
Super Mecha Godzilla, that just sounds like a cop-out.
Is that real? It is real. I know it's real, but... Okay.
Grand King Ghidorah. I mean, okay, that doesn't sound like
I thought it was Kaiser King Ghidorah.
I don't know.
Okay, but you were fighting a lot of monsters and you were tired up. Jet Jaguar, he's the guy that can grow. He's like, what's his name? The other Japanese anime guy. I don't know if he's anime.
Goku?
No, he's like Ant-Man, but
I don't know. I just like... For those all those who get mad at me for saying Goku, I don't know. I don't follow anime at all. So, like, don't get mad at me. What anime is he from?
Well, they have the new Netflix one. Jet Jaguar is like a rip-off of this guy, actually. But he's in the gods... Ultraman.
Ultraman. I don't know that at all.
So Ultraman, he can get big and fight kaiju.
I've never heard that.
Oh, he's rad.
I've never heard of Ultraman.
Jet Jaguar is also rad. He's in Godzilla vs. Megalon, and I'd love to watch that one.
So if you are fighting a lot of monsters and you are tired out, so this is assuming you're big.
And Jet Jaguar comes to help. I would accept his help.
Jet Jaguar comes and offers his help. Do you accept? Of course. Why would I not? I would gratefully accept. Why wouldn't I? Unless I had a previous history with him, why the fuck wouldn't I accept his help? Like, that's just... That's it. The test is over.
Wait.
Hold on. The question
Here's
is...
Jet Jaguar, by the way. He's that guy.
I've seen him.
Yeah.
He's like Power Ranger, but big.
It's kind of like Ant-Man.
He's pretty cool. That's it. The test is over. Good. Finally. Interesting. Ridiculous questions.
Remember when quizzes were like this back then?
You shall be destroyed.
This is so mid-2000s.
Yeah,
it screams it. It was
interesting.
It was good. I mean, it wasn't anything
I'm putting interesting. Well, hold on. We should agree on something different.
What do you mean?
Because
I put it's good.
Okay, you got to pick it. Because I was just saying, knowing these quizzes, it's like probably one question that...
So, for 40%, here's my answer. 40% of me is King Ghidorah, the twin of King Ghidorah, the alien planet destroyer. You're destructive, aggressive, and evil. Evil!
God damn it. I got the same exact...
No, you didn't.
I did. For 40%, you are the twin of King Ghidorah, the alien planet.
Is it because we said we would suffocate somebody?
Probably.
Did you pick gravity beams?
No, I did not. I picked many different answers from you.
Yeah, you did. That's weird.
These quizzes suck. Okay, here. here's a challenge to all of you who listen to this podcast. If you
I changed 2 of my answers and I still got King Ghidorah.
if you create a quiz for us to take, doesn't matter if it's on a website or if you send it to us personally. If you create a quiz for us to take, we will credit you, we will talk about you, and we will take the quiz. And then we will say you're awesome.
Oh, this one guy said, it keeps changing my answers and I become Mothra. I want to be Ghidorah. This guy said, yay, I got Ghidorah. Another guy said, I'm Mechagodzilla. So what is the answer? It was...
So if you listen to this podcast, if you create a quiz,
we chose different answers that whole time.
And then tag us in that quiz.
Dude, I just changed more answers and I got King Ghidorah again.
Yeah.
It's rigged.
Yeah. Recruit us, create a quiz. We don't care what it's about. We will take the quiz on the show live. And if it's a good quiz, we will air it and tag you and admit admit the results. I don't know.
We will tag you. We will give you a shout out and we will give the results. There you go.
He's better at that stuff than me.
So that was the episode.
Yeah, go online and make quizzes and then tag us in the quizzes so we'll take the quizzes.
And just remember to follow on Instagram, leave us a rating, review on Apple Podcasts, all that fun jazz. Join our Facebook group, and that's the episode.
Yeah.
Roll the outro and the weird robotic voice thing because it's fun, okay, quite frankly.
We like it. It's cool.
So that's
Just
it.
imagine it's Godzilla making that. Imagine that robotic voice is Godzilla.
It's Mechagodzilla.
It's Mechagodzilla, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
See ya.
This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. The Odd Drunk Podcast recommends that you follow their Instagram and join their Facebook group for more fun content. To view all of our current available streaming and social media platforms, visit our Linktree in the description below. If you enjoy the show, it would be appreciated if you leave us a rating or a review on Apple Podcasts. The Odd Drunk Podcast is not responsible for any alcohol-related problems such as domestic disputes, bar fights, gnarly hangovers, driving under the influence, or regurgitation. Okay, Colton, you can roll the outro now.